In this video, I'll share 12 MacBook tips that will improve your MacBook experience drastically. These tips cover everything from improving the Finder app to changing the layout of Safari and setting up a firewall to protect your device. I wish I applied these tips a lot sooner myself, so let's get into it. Starting off, let's make the Finder app a lot better. The first thing you might notice when opening Finder is that it opens the Recents folder by default. I personally changed this to open my home folder, and here's how you can do this as well. When you're in the app, go to Finder in the menu bar and click on Settings. This will open a settings menu that is specific to Finder. Then select the bar under the new Finder window show section and select your home folder. You could also select the downloads folder here, for example, by clicking on Other and selecting the downloads folder. Just select one that works with your workflow and you should be good to go. The next thing you will probably notice in Finder is that the sidebar includes a bunch of folders that you will likely never open. To change this, again, go to the Finder settings and this time around head over to the sidebar section. In here you can determine which folders show up in the sidebar and which do not. I would recommend to at least show the home folder, the downloads folder and the most recent folder here, but that's really up to personal preference. Now, there's one more thing we can do to make Finder a better app, and that's adding a path bar to the Finder app. This path bar is placed at the bottom of the Finder window and allows you to quickly view the path you've taken to get to a certain file. This is super useful when you've got folders within folders, and you can even head back to a certain folder by using the path bar. So how do we add this? Well, it's pretty simple. Just go to View in the menu bar and click on Show Path Bar to add it to your Finder window. By the way, the wallpaper that I'm using in this video is from my Orb wallpaper pack. The pack includes 12 colorful variants and is available for both desktop and mobile. I'll leave a link to it in the description in case you want to check it out. Getting back to the tips, there's actually one more thing we can do to improve Finder, but this tip can be applied in other apps as well, and that's customizing the toolbar. For Finder in particular, I would highly recommend adding the airdrop icon to it so that you can quickly airdrop selected files. But in Mail, you can also add an unread button to the toolbar, for example. Customizing these toolbars is actually quite simple. Just hover over the toolbar, right click and select Customize Toolbar. From there you can add in additional actions or remove the ones you don't use often. Heading over to Safari, there's one easy thing we can do to make our Safari go from this to this, and it's super simple. Go to Safari in the menu bar and click on Settings. Now head over to Tabs and select the Compact option here. What this does is merge the search bar with the tabs, and I think this looks super clean. Another thing I have done in Safari that is super useful is pin websites. I have pinned the YouTube Studio website to the side here, for example, so that I can easily access it whenever I want to. To do this, simply go to the website you want to pin and quickly drag it to the side until it turns into a little app icon like this. Then release it and it will pin itself into place. Now, I also have a ton of app recommendations, but one app I think everyone should install is Setapp. This is a service that gives you access to over 200 of the best MacBook apps like KlimaMacX, ClearVPN and Bartender. And if you use the promo code BRAM30, you can try it for free for 30 days, so what's there to lose? If you want to work faster on your Mac, I would highly recommend using keyboard shortcuts, as they take away the hustle of doing these same actions over and over again. The problem with these shortcuts though is that there are a lot of them and they're quite hard to remember, so here are 5 of my most used shortcuts which apply to any workflow. 1. If you completely want to quit an app, use the shortcut Command Q. 2. If you just want to hide the window you're using, use the shortcut Command H. 3. If you want to create a new file or email, for example, Command N usually does the job. 4. If you want to create a new tab, use the shortcut Command T. And 5. If you want to save a file, use the shortcut Command S or Command Shift S to save it to a specific location. There are of course a lot of other shortcuts, but these are a great place to start. The keyboard isn't the only place where you might want to use shortcuts though. The trackpad actually has some shortcuts or gestures as well. The 4 that I use the most are pinching inward with 4 fingers to open the launchpad, swiping up with 4 fingers to open mission control, tapping with 2 fingers to zoom in on something, and swiping from the right of the trackpad with 2 fingers to open the side menu. A part of the MacBook that you will find yourself using a lot is the section with the menu bar and control center. However, these don't always show the information you want them to, so you might want to customize them. I have added my battery percentage to the menu bar, for example. To do this, open System Settings and head over to Control Center. In here there are a ton of customization options, like showing a focus mode toggle in the menu bar, for example. You can of course change this to your liking, but one thing I try to stick to here is whatever is displayed in the control center shouldn't be displayed in the menu bar and vice versa. This just keeps everything simple and avoids information from being displayed twice. Another part of the Mac we might want to customize is the dock. To do this, go to desktop and dock in system settings and you will be greeted with a bunch of options. I have done 3 things here. First of all, I have made the dock just a tad bit smaller as I think it takes up too much screen real estate by default. Secondly, I have turned on the minimize windows into application icon option, which makes sure that when you minimize windows, they don't shrink into the side of the dock, but rather into the app icon itself. This just keeps the dock neat and clean, and the same goes for the last change I made, which is that I turned off the show suggested and recent apps in dock option. With this turned on, I think it just clutters up my dock, and I didn't find myself using this that often since I have my most used apps in my dock already. So yeah, for me it's just much better to turn this off. The last tip of this video is setting up a firewall for your MacBook. Firewalls add an extra layer of protection to your Mac by preventing any unauthorized applications, programs and services from tampering with your device. Apple has turned this off by default for some reason, but you can easily set up a firewall by going to System Settings, heading over to Network, Firewall and setting this toggle to on. Now if you really want to get the most out of your Mac, I would recommend watching this video next, in which I share 14 of my favorite MacBook apps. In the video I go over some apps that help keep your Mac up to speed, hide menu bar items and much more. As always, thanks so much for watching and I hope to see you soon. Bye!